Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Division Z podcast. My name is Jason.
And I am K Cosmic.
My friend, we've got some pretty big news coming out of the community in this past week. The main topic of today's podcast, might I add, is Jason Blundell, the Zombies director. We all know and love him from projects like Mob of the Dead, Origins, Rise and Drac, all of our fan favorite maps.
Yes.
He created his own studio, Deviation Games, I'm sure you guys know. And he just left the studio that he helped co-found, whatever, with Dave Anthony. He just left Deviation Games. And I kind of took a lot of people by surprise that such a central figure in the development and the creation of this brand new studio, who hasn't even released a game yet, is gone now. And it's kind of made a lot of people very confused, and the community's really unsure what's going to be happening with the future of Deviation. And I've seen a lot of overreactions to this, and people have been kind of jumping the gun a little bit here. Oh, this game's going to be so bad, and, you know, all this weird stuff. We'll talk about all the overreactions. We'll talk about what it might end up happening and, you know, why we shouldn't worry too much about it. But I will say, it is very sad to see Jason Blundell gone. I mean, that guy, we talk about it on the podcast all the time. He's an inspiration to people like us. You know, he helped create parts of our childhood. He helped create things that the community loves and the community loves to go back to and have fun with. And he's a very creative guy. He's very interesting with his storytelling too, and I think that's what makes him very unique. He's a very cryptic storyteller. He kind of gives me Memento vibes. If any of you have seen the movie Memento, he kind of has that avant-garde kind of style of storytelling where everything's really cryptic and you gotta really figure things out, and things are kind of mystic in a way too. Now, you know, things are more straightforward than it seems with him, but he shrouds it all in mystery for you to think for yourself a little bit more, which I think is interesting. But man, what do you think about this whole Jason Blundell thing before we go any further?
Well, I mean, it definitely is sad. We were all so excited to hear that he's working on like a new project, and obviously we didn't think it would be zombies related or anything,
right?
Even in the genre, obviously it wouldn't be anything related to Call of Duty, but I think we were just excited to see something else by him in the first place. And again, he had the whole community backing this project, right? And even just the fact that he's left has, I think, taken a lot away from the studio in terms of like support. But that's like the wrong mindset, because he's directed it this long from whenever they announced it to now, right?
Yeah.
And it's not just him that develops these games and stuff. It's the whole studio. About him leaving just by himself, again, really sad. But I'm going to try not get caught up in that. And I'm still excited for whatever they produce. Whenever that comes out. Because I know it's not all on Jason Blundell. I'm just curious to why. And I don't think we'll get an answer, to be honest, unless we see him in another position somewhere else.
Yeah, unless he makes any kind of social media, or he posts anything on like the Deviation Games website as to why he left, we won't get an answer. And I think that's what's very important to remember. All these people out there who are like, well, he's going to leave and he's going to go to Treyarch now and he's going to work on
Zombies
Call of Duty again. And Zombies is, oh my God. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. Would it be cool for him to come back to Zombies and work on Zombies? Sure, of course. But I don't think he's going to.
Him. Like, I think it's a huge step backwards for him if he was to do that. Unless he got given the all green, like he can do whatever he wants with the game mode and stuff, and it was on like his own like zombie game mode, his own game. That'd be the only reason I think he'd ever consider. But I mean, he has complete free creativity at his new studio. He could have done pretty much anything he wanted. And I'm sure the visions of all the people there were quite like, again, disagreements here and there, but that's to happen when people are working on a product, right?
Of course.
But I mean, I don't think he'd start something and then just leave it because Activision like, actually we'll take you back if you want to come back.
I mean, the thing is, I think when it comes to somebody like Jason Blundell, I think because he's such a creative guy and because he's you know, he really wants to create something that's memorable. I genuinely believe that. I think, you know, when you have a project like Deviation Games and you found a studio with somebody that you've worked with for a while, and then all of a sudden you just drop it, I I almost have a feeling that it has nothing to do with the creativity of it, because Deviation Games are exactly that. They're going to be the deviators. They're going to be the people
Yeah.
who, make a completely different game that people are going to enjoy. So I don't think it has anything necessarily to do with his creative differences, or it may, if it does, we'll never know. But I
Yeah.
just don't think maybe it had anything to do with that. Just in my personal opinion, maybe he just didn't want to do game development anymore. Maybe he just found something else that he wanted to do with his life. And
Yeah.
I think whatever it is, no matter what, I think the most important thing here is, you know, whatever Jason Blundell does with his life, have a good life, man. I mean, you've done a lot of hard work in the gaming world, and people, you're a household name for a lot of people out
Yeah.
there. And, you know, you you're a really creative guy, and a lot of people have looked up to you. And if you want to take a break and you want to not do any game development for a while, you absolutely can do that. And I think the people right now who are super overreacting about this and being like, well, this means it's all gonna suck, and this is gonna taint
Yeah.
Jason Blundell's legacy. That's the one that gets me, where it's like, oh, this is gonna ruin his legacy because Black Ops 4 was just this colossal whatever, right? If you notice that now with all the Jason Blundell news, you have all these people now coming out of the woodwork being like, well, Black Ops 4 wasn't exactly like what happened to like a month ago where everyone was praising Black Ops 4. Now we're back to not liking it because Jason Blundell did something you
Yeah.
guys didn't like. Like, it's just a really strange thing that I'm seeing, that
Yeah.
it's like the how do I describe it? The current thing mindset, where it's like, well, this is the current thing to be mad about, so let's be mad about the current thing. Or this is the thing to be happy about, and this is the thing we're gonna love. Let's be happy about the current thing. It's that
Yeah.
current thing kind of mindset that these people have, that they literally just go with the flow with it. And it just drives
And
me up a wall, because
it
there's so much
changes
more
moment to moment.
backstory to this than people realize. And
Yeah.
we will never get the full backstory behind this, because obviously Jason Blundell and the people over at Deviation Games are not obligated to give us the full backstory behind everything, because it's Jason's life and it's the studio's relationship with Jason that's the most important thing here. Now,
Yeah.
I would be
Obviously.
remiss if I didn't address the legitimate criticisms about this. Well, when you have such a figurehead leave the studio abruptly, it could shake development. By all means, it absolutely could, especially if Jason Blundell is the leader of it all. He oversees everything, and then boom, leadership changed overnight. Well, that could shake things up a little bit. That could make
Yeah.
things a little unstable, and it's gonna come down to the crew and the people to make it stable again, if it's possible. And
Mhm.
I really hope that they're able to, with Dave Anthony, he's going to be the main head honcho now, because Jason's not there anymore. He's going to oversee everything now.
Yeah.
So I really sincerely hope that with Dave Anthony at complete control of the helm now, he can culminate that same sort of environment that Jason Blundell can culminate, similar to what happened with Call of Duty, and how he was able to make some really good experiences. And Dave Anthony,
Mhm.
of course, he has great experience and great work under his belt too. So I think he'll be able to do that. But, a change in leadership can always shake any institution, shake any team to the core. It's like football, NFL. By the way, the NFL starting back up today. Let's go.
Let's go.
You change head coaches in the middle of the season. That happens a lot of time. And then, well, you got to learn the new playbook. You got to learn new schemes. You got to learn new studio head at a studio. Well, you got to learn, how they operate. Do they have stricter deadlines? Do they expect more work? What kind of work ethic do they expect? So yes, I totally understand that, and this is going to be the litmus test for Deviation Games. Everyone's talking about, well, this is going to be the competitor to zombies, and this is what's going to really reel in the zombies community, right? Everyone's championing this
Yes.
studio to be the competitor zombies. Well, this is your litmus test now, Deviation. This is the bend or break mentality, because a huge change like that happened. Will they be able to handle the pressure? Will they be able to put out a really good product because of this now? And I don't want to sound like I'm like, oh yeah, I'm going to really dig into you and criticize you, and I'm going to be
Yeah.
like, I'm going to be the end all be all guy. Like, you better not fold under pressure. Like, no, I'm saying this as somebody who's been in numerous productions before on camera and behind the scenes and in voiceover. It's very similar. A lot of the stuff overlaps. So when you have a production people change overnight on the fly, yeah, there's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of just uncertainty. And I'm saying that from experience, that I genuinely hope you guys are able to build something out of this. And
Hmm.
you know, I think you will, because not only do you have Dave Anthony, you have so many Call of Duty developers that worked on previous Call of Duty games, not even just Call of Duty, but like Halo, World of Warcraft, Command and Conquer, all these other game
A big
franchises.
roster of like players to like, you know
Exactly.
what I mean? Like it's good that they have such a
Exactly.
variety of people from different games and like I don't know. I think it comes down to the fact that they can make the product under this pressure. That's what it all comes down to. Hopefully it doesn't just they can't go forward with it. I want them to finish what they're making. And obviously the
For sure.
studio's only announced like how long ago was it? Like half a year, like 8 months ago was it? I can't
Like
remember exactly.
a year and a half ago, I
Year and a half.
think.
Okay, so that far ago. Okay, so they've had a bit of
I
time, right?
think.
And it'd be a shame for them to stop now, obviously. And I don't think they will stop. I think again, one of the biggest names Strongman has left. Obviously, the founder of the studio has left.
Mm,
And for it being Jason Blundell, and since we all like know him from like a community standpoint, and we grew up with him during like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, well, kind of Black Ops 4, but I think it maybe impacts us a lot in terms of like looking at the studio and thinking, okay, well they're done now. If their head person, why is he left? The person that's found the studio,
mm.
but it could be for other factors that just like you're saying, maybe he just found something else he enjoys, you know,
Yeah.
and he's done with like developing games and stuff.
Right.
Still got all these people here with all the same vision to make a really good game. So I'm not gonna let this deter me from looking forward to the product. Again, we haven't really heard anything about it. Like we don't know what type of game it's going to be.
Exactly.
I'd assume a first person shooter, but you know, who only time will tell, right?
Yeah, you
It
never
could not
know.
be could you never really know. But like I'm still excited for it. I just I hope it's not the last we see of Jason Blundell in terms of like game design and like what like products
Yeah,
he's gonna work on.
I hope so too.
Uh but like again, if it is and that's it, then I mean we got Black Ops 3, we got Black Ops 4. He's done some really good work.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Crazy stuff, man. I mean,
yeah.
I don't think anybody expected it to happen. It's just really, really weird. I mean, again, yeah, Jason probably found something else that he enjoyed, or maybe he's just tired of it. He just wants to retire, maybe. Who knows? But that's the thing.
Mm.
We the community can drive themselves crazy, which they already are. Figuring out the Easter egg of Jason Blundell and why he left the studio, and you know we need the
Yeah.
answers right now. And it's like, okay, maybe you don't need the answers right now to that, because
Yeah.
you know maybe because Jason's always been like that low key guy too,
Yeah, he
right?
likes to keep to himself, I think, other than
Yeah,
like interviews and things
he's
like
very
that.
personal. He's very at least he strikes me as that kind of guy to be. I'm just making an assumption right now, but he strikes me as that kind of guy to be like,
Mm.
you know, not overtly outward there about like, hey guys, look at me on vacation and this is my life and this one, you know, things like that that you see time and time again on social media, because the dude has no social medias. So, you know, I feel like he's just a very keep to himself kind of guy, and really just culminate his life the way he wants to do it. And so this
Yeah.
is just an example of that, is what I think is what's happening.
Hmm.
And yeah, man, I just think, you know, with Deviation Games and then the roster that they've assembled. By the way, they officially announced that Tony Flame was on the roster now, because
Yes.
I remember us talking about it when it wasn't official and it was a leak from, I think, what was
Mhm.
it, the LinkedIn post, I think, about Tony
Yeah.
Flame. It was like some sort of leak from LinkedIn. But Deviation Games announced it the other day, I believe, like officially, like, hey guys, look, Tony Flame is on the staff now, which kind of comes at a really strange time, like immediately, like right next to when Jason Blundell left. It's like, hey, look, Tony
Yeah.
Flame. It's like, look, another Call of
Hello.
Duty guy that you guys like. So I don't know. It's just kind of interesting timing there. Maybe it was intentional, maybe it wasn't. I don't know. Doesn't really matter if it was or not, because like I said before, so many other Call of Duty developers are there. And not just in all these Call of Duty developers, you know, someone that's been in the community for a long time, Mr. JC Backfire.
Yes.
You know, I really think that it would be interesting to get his take on this. And you
Mhm.
know, JC, we'd love to have you on the show. You know, obviously, Deviation Games is an exciting project and an exciting venture, and if you're down, you know, we're open. Our messages are
Absolutely,
open
yes.
or direct messages are open. And it'd be really interesting to get his perspective on this because with Jason Blundell, and obviously, they have a history together.
Yeah.
Revealing Zombies Chronicles 2, they've been friends for a long time. Jason brought him into the studio. So it's one of those things where I kind of look back at that and I go, man, how will that affect JC's time at the studio? Now, I don't think it'll affect it like drastically to where JC is going to be like, I'm going to leave now. No, of course not, because he's part of a team now and he loves the team over at Deviation. And you can tell that because JC is a very passionate guy and you can really tell that he enjoys his job. And that's something that's very commendable because not a lot of people nowadays enjoy jobs like that. And you can really tell that he's very focused on building community, very focused on fan interaction. And, he just seems like a happy guy to be doing it. And, you can just tell he's enjoying himself at the company. So he's not going to leave the company. He's not going to do any of that. Of course not. Of course, I don't think that. I just wonder how it'll affect just kind of the dynamic of it a little bit because of how it seems close Jason and JC have been in the past. I just wonder how it'll affect the dynamic over there. Has JC been able to get closer to his other colleagues over at Deviation Games? I have no doubt in my mind that he has. But it's just something that I think about because it's like, damn, Jason brought him in, but then now he's not there anymore. It's like, huh. I don't know. It's just kind of an interesting thing to think about. Nothing to think about like, oh my God, this is crazy. But like, just an interesting thought. Just something to just talk about because there are a lot of factors that go into this too. I mean, yeah, like we said, it's just really a really drastic change when a figurehead of a company just leaves all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, take away from it, Jason Blundell, wish you all the best.
Absolutely.
I speak on behalf of, we speak on behalf of the whole community. And
we speak on behalf of the rational community.
Yeah, the rational community, exactly. Yeah,
and I'm not afraid to say that because a lot of people have been very overreactive about this.
Yeah, when it's really not that big of a deal at the end of the day. So it's a big deal that he's left because he's such like he's an important guy and he's passionate about like his work and stuff. But when it comes down to it, it's his choice, So that's what it comes down to at the end of the day. So yeah, I mean the rational community, we wish you all the best. Hopefully we see you make more games in the future, and if not, that's okay. Maybe you've gone off to do painting or something, or music. I don't know, but whatever you like, man, whatever you're enjoying. So, but
I guess the one thing to leave off on before we go on to the next subject, where are we going from here?
God, you had that plan from the start. Where are we going?
Well, anyways, that was us touching on the Jason Blundell situation. Very, very important topic to talk about. But, shifting gears a little bit now over to a different subject. In the Call of Duty world, we got Call of Duty Next happening on Thursday.
Yes.
Revealing Call of Duty 2.0, the future of the franchise, Warzone Mobile, Warzone 2, Modern Warfare 2, and a bunch of our favorite creators going to the event. And some of our friends as well going to the event, which is fucking awesome to see. I'm really proud of them. I'm really, really proud of the guys that, worked their ass off to get to this point, to be invited to an event like that. You love to see it, man. I just love to see it.
No, I mean I'm excited for the event just to like watch it because this is gonna be the first time that we get like an actual in-person event in the past like 2.5 years maybe.
Yeah.
So first of all it's good because the community gets to come together again, whether you're watching it from a live stream or going to the actual event itself.
See, I gotta interrupt you real quick though. I don't think there's gonna be like an audience there though. I don't think. I think it's going to be I think it's going to be an in-person event where all the creators are going to be there in like a room all playing together, and it's going to be like a industry event. But I don't think it's going to be necessarily an audience event. I could be completely fucking wrong. Okay. But so I'm like 99% sure it's just, exclusive access and like people like DK Dynamite and Modern Warzone and those guys are going to be like showing their face cam POV reaction to everything, and it's going to be like this online in-person kind of hybrid thing. I believe that's what's happening.
Yeah, like a live stream like the event itself and then playing the games, and that is what you mean, yeah?
Yeah, it's gonna be like they're there in person, but there's no like live audience.
No, not audience or anything. Yeah, like it's only the people that are invited, obviously, and then people watching from home. So like yeah, I'm excited for that aspect of it. Again, because
Definitely.
we have people that can actually go out early to play the games and stuff, and like for them to all be together and talk about like what they think about the game and stuff. Well, we say what they think. So I think with the event, it'll mostly be the good stuff. um, I don't know how like if they're even going to take feedback. I mean, I imagine they would to fix little things here
I
and
mean, why
there.
would you invite people if you're not going to take
Yeah,
feedback?
no, that's true. That's true. But like I'm excited for that. I've also seen that they've shown a few more of them them in-depth looks into Modern Warfare 2.
Yes,
I
the
seen they
intel
shown
drops.
yes, I seen they shown some of the AI for the game and that looks pretty
Mm-hmm.
cool. I don't know if
Yeah,
you've seen the same clip, yeah?
I have. It's
Yeah.
I think it's a really fun thing that they've been doing those intel drops. Now, are we going to get any more? I don't know. I mean, they might just kind of roll
Phase
it
them
all
out
out at
like
COD Next. I mean,
yeah,
I feel like these intel drops were kind of like the
building up.
little candy trail going into the forest, going deeper and deeper into it, and then you get to the main course there, and oh my God, Call of Duty Next, those intel drops about the AI and the sound and the lighting and the casting, all of that is all culminated into wow, look at Modern Warfare 2, this kind of thing. So I don't know if we're gonna get another intel drop or not after the COD Next event because the release date is kind of
It'll
crazy
just
to
be
think about.
yeah,
It's so close. I mean, October is only 1 month away. It
yeah.
seems weird to say that. I don't know about you, but 2022 has just flown by. So it's really weird for me to think about that October is just a month away. Modern Warfare 2 is just over a month away, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, Modern Warfare 2. I hope it's a good game. I mean, I know you've had people who already have like the early copies of the game, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Which that's
um,
crazy, I think, as well, and the fact that nothing's really been leaked out.
well,
And
I'm sure they're NDA'd. I
well,
mean,
yeah,
you have
obviously,
to.
the end of the day, they're end of the day. But I mean, there's lots of people that have been NDA'd, and something ends up coming out at some point. You know what I mean?
And those
Like
people are probably the people who
at the
leak
bottom of the
things to
ocean.
the oh well, I mean, uh
Activision,
we're not
right?
talking about government secrets now. We're talking about a Call of Duty game.
Yeah,
Um so the thing is with that is because you have all the usual suspects on Twitter who have the
yeah,
insider info. So I'm sure the people who are under NDA who are like leaking things to those other people on Twitter that are constantly being like, hey guys, check out this leak that I have. I got a source that says this, right? That's what's happening there. They're not going
yeah.
to overtly come out and say, look at me, I'm
No,
posting gameplay. Like,
obviously,
you
but
know,
like, yeah, like
um,
what I mean is like, we've had games with like early copies or whatever gone out before, or
right.
stuff, and there's been some gameplay that's popped up from somewhere.
And I'm pretty sure it's mainly the competitive scene too, because what was it?
Yeah,
I know this might sound like a negative thing, and take of this what you will. But we're just don't shoot the messenger. With Hex, the owner of Optic, on his podcast.
yeah,
I think we touched
yeah.
on this before.
Oh yeah, they had a bit
Where
of
he's like, oh yeah, we got early
discussion,
copies. Illy and Scump and all those guys. They got early copies. They don't want to play it because they don't
and they're
like
like,
it.
it's trash,
And it's like,
it's so bad.
is that something to be concerned about? Is that something So like all these competitive guys have early copies. So I guess maybe under their NDA, maybe they're allowed to say that they have an early copy, but maybe they're not allowed to show it. Did
I
Hex
don't
break his
know.
NDA by saying that they have an early copy? Like, I don't
I
really know. I mean,
yeah.
it's hard to tell, but I think the majority of the people who do end up having
Oh yeah, most people respect
the
it because they
early
wouldn't want to break
copies
it.
are the competitive guys
Well, yeah, yeah, that as
to
well.
choose the
Yeah,
map rotations, like to choose what's going on in the season because
yeah,
you have so many. Like I remember, dude, the Vanguard maps. I remember all these people being like, "Do we put this map in? Do we put this map in?" Because like nobody likes the Vanguard maps really that much,
yeah.
and so
Mm.
that's why Vanguard only had 5 maps total in the competitive rotation. One of them was only for S&D, and the other ones were as reused as possible. I mean,
Yeah.
it's kind of crazy to think about. But then, in stark contrast to that, Black Ops Cold War had so many competitive maps: Miami, Checkmate, Moscow, Raid, Standoff, Apocalypse. You had so many of these freaking maps. Now, granted, some of them are remakes, and who cares, right? They're competitive maps. Who cares? Um, but like, it's just a complete contrast to that. So I don't know. I hope Modern Warfare 2, when it comes to the competitive season, has like a better map rotation and just better
Yeah.
multiplayer maps with the pros to choose from. I hope that Grand Prix map or whatever that we got a
It's like
preview
a
of. I
decent
hope
map.
that one's good. Maybe that could be competitive. Maybe Farm, what was it, Farm 18, which is the other map that we got a preview of. Maybe that one will be competitive. It kind of reminds me of Gunrunner a little bit.
Mm.
I don't know. We'll
From the
see.
sounds of things for the maps, it seems like they're going for more of like a traditional like free lane-ish um
Potentially.
like design. Again, maybe bigger maps because they want to have that like kind of realistic setting and stuff. I'm not just all free lane, but I think it'd be good for the game if it was. I know in the news Intel drop. I think we kind of got to see what the slide would look like, but I'm not 100% sure. Like,
I don't
you know,
remember a slide in
you know,
that video. When
no,
did that
so
happen?
so so like when it's like the AI goes behind cover, so he's like,
Yeah,
oh, that right? And your
right.
character's chasing him. He turns to his side, and it's almost like a. But it's not like it's like almost like
Ooh, kind of like
how
a
would I compare?
sideways slide.
Yeah, but it's so similar to like Ghost in a way, like where it's like
A
your
lot of
gun's
people
still
have
kind of
made that comparison. A lot of people have been
yeah,
talking about that.
your gun's still kind of up. The best way for me to describe it is like maybe like this is imagine the Cold War slide, but tune it down a lot.
But your gun's in more of a neutral position. So
Yeah, so
like,
you could shoot your gun, but I think like it's just how like it's sliding is gonna be like I
hmm.
don't know if there's gonna be a point. Maybe you're just beside cover, you want to slide into it. That'd be the only reason you do it. You wouldn't want to slide into a gunfight though, from the looks of it. It looks like it probably wouldn't be
Yeah,
like
you don't want
a
to you don't want to do all the slide jumping craziness that
slide.
people already do in Warzone.
Yeah. I want to see dolphin diving. I want to see the dolphin diving because it's in. They said it's in the game. It's just they haven't shown it yet. I imagine it'll just be a quick drop down though. I think that's what it'll be like. To be
Yeah,
honest,
I don't
but
think it'll be
it's just
anything floaty because
like a no. I think it should be like a
yeah, just like a quick
yeah.
kind of go to prone. Because the other day I was playing some Black Ops 1 and when doing some dolphin diving, if it's kind of weird because when you haven't done it in a long time, you go, oh my god, that's so weird. So like with the dolphin diving, it felt so floaty and
Mm,
like, oh, I'm diving forward. So hey, the quick, sprawl kind of a dive where it's not necessarily like leaping forward with the
yeah.
dive. It's almost like a tiny dive, like a sprawl.
Yeah.
And you just boom, quick down, tactical,
Well,
kind of get on the ground really quickly.
personally, I like the dolphin dive, but I think like the slide in general is just a better mechanic. Like I much prefer
Hmm.
sliding than dolphin diving,
Yeah,
because it's actually like it's more useful in multiplayer.
I get what you
Definitely.
mean.
For zombies, it doesn't really matter either or, but like dolphin diving's fun though. It is a funny thing to do. Like, and it's either in zombies or
Yeah,
multiplayer, and it can be useful sometimes if you're like
I
jumping. Yeah,
reckon. I reckon because you were saying that dolphin diving is going to be in the game as well as
yeah,
sliding, right? I
yeah.
reckon it's going to be a setting in your settings where it's
Yeah, I
dolphin
think they
dive or sliding. I mean, how else would you do that though? Because with the controller, you have you're running and then you hold the crouch button to slide. You're running and you hold the crouch button to do a dolphin dive. So what would be the discrepancy there? Maybe it could be tap to slide, hold the dolphin dive. Or maybe it could be a setting where it's, oh, okay, do you want it to be dolphin dive or do you want it to be sliding? And you have the option to do
yeah.
both. I feel
I
like
think
both of those are very realistic, but
Yeah, I
I don't
think
know.
both would be in the I think it'd be more along the lines of like you can tap to dolphin dive or hold to slide. I
Hmm,
think. Um, yeah, I think that'd be the case. But again, it wouldn't be like a floaty like lunge forward. It'd just be like you just drop to the ground like immediately. Kind of
right,
like you're just going prone, a bit more in a faster like way
right,
maybe. Is how I probably see it.
right.
Um, so I mean, I'm excited to see that when that comes out. But no, the Intel drops have been good leading up to it because it gives a bit of a taste
Yeah,
to see what kind of we're getting in that. And I remember for so long, even like after the Modern Warfare like reveal, we just didn't hear anything about it for ages. Like
true,
there was such like a dead period in between where we had no new news coming from them about anything about the game, and now there
true.
seems to be a steady source of news. And then we have COD next coming up, and then by the time that happens, we're so close to the game coming out, which is again really like weird. And then if you have PlayStation and you buy it early, you get the campaign a week early, so It's an interesting time.
It really is.
Have you bought the game already? Have you
I have
pre-ordered it?
not. And the main
No.
reason why is because I'm waiting to get my hands on a PS5.
Yeah.
Because, dude, I'm not dealing with the same bullshit that I dealt with Vanguard and Warzone this year on Modern Warfare 2. Because it's
Yeah.
pretty clear that my Dover Beal messages, the crashing, the all that is a last gen problem. It's very clear to me now that it has to be a last gen problem, which it is ridiculous to me that it's a last gen problem to begin with. That,
Yeah.
why even make it for last gen if it's going to do this every other time you play the damn game?
Hmm.
But I gotta get my hands on a PS5. I gotta do something with that to
Yeah.
then it'll be then I'll pre-order it. So I gotta get to
Yeah.
work. I gotta get to researching. I gotta get to work. I gotta
Yeah.
find something.
I'm
Um,
gonna get it on my PS5.
mm,
Ideally for next year, the new Nvidia graphic cards come out, and I'm wanting to buy a new PC.
okay.
I'm just gonna go all out on it and like just get everything I need for the next like 10 years
There you
for a
go.
PC, right? So I'll end up getting it on that once I get my PC. But for now, I'm holding off just because I was gonna buy a 3090 Ti, but since the reveal for the new series are coming out, it's kind of like out in the next few days. There's not like really any point in me like buying it because the price will drop automatically as soon as they announce the new cards on the previous ones.
Hmm.
Along with like I don't know, the fact that I have the option to go for the new ones or the old ones is just nice. So yeah, I'm gonna be sticking with my PS5 at the moment. But like in all seriousness, you see my PS5, I don't really use it other than for like the playing Vanguard because I wouldn't buy Vanguard again. So whenever I want to play Vanguard, I just boot up my PS5. But anything else, I just play on PC.
Yeah,
There,
I get you. I'm a little more. I still am old school. I'm a
yeah.
console dude, man.
No,
Like as
I
much as
like,
I love my PC. I love the games that I can play on PC. But man, all the problems on PC, and especially with the weird
yeah,
community that we have, and people wanting to boot people
yeah.
offline for
That is
simply
so
playing
true,
the game.
actually. Yeah,
It just turns me off from PC play a lot of the time. And
yeah,
you have all these weird people, and it's just I don't know, man.
yeah.
It just how do I describe it? It's
It's a
weird. I
shame.
don't
It's a
know.
shame that
Put it lightly.
that's the thing. I mean, like, I don't know if you've seen, but I think it was Lex that posted about it and like the Black
Yes.
Ops 3, and that's fucked. That
Yeah. I
they have,
mean, these people literally have no life. I mean,
yeah. So
they are terminally online. They are so disillusioned with the world around them that because they are not able to actually contribute to society and they're not able to be a normal functioning human being, they sit online all day and try to bring other people down to their level of being miserable. And
yeah,
so it takes a real sociopath to do that. And everything I might have just said sounds very harsh because it is, because these people, what are you doing? What are you doing with your life? Now I'm a big advocate for people actually redeeming themselves and people actually getting better and making good life choices for them not to be pieces of shit. And a lot of these people every day wake up and make that conscious effort to continue to
yeah,
do that and
yeah.
continue
They
to try to drag other
wake up.
people down to their level of sorrow and despair. And
Yeah, they
it's really unfortunate to me. And I really hope that something somewhere wakes you up to make you become a better person, to go outside and like actually do
or some
something
grass.
more meaningful with your life instead of writing scripts all day and trying to screw people over
I
on
know
on
it's
on
because
Call of Duty of all things.
it's so like dumb as well because it's such an old game, Black Ops 3. I know it feels like it came out yesterday, but it is so
Yeah.
like it's it is an old enough game, and when someone wants to stream it, they shouldn't have to deal with someone booting them off and
Yeah.
then having access to all like their like personal details. It's and the fact I've seen it, it's like in a list format as well. We have all the names and all that, like
Right.
all that, and and
Right.
it's like fuck, why? What's the point? You're not gonna get anything out of it. It's just for the reaction, and it's I don't
Right.
know. It's still, and it makes me think as well as like Is it automated or like do you? I think it's just people like a group of people that just sit at their PCs all day.
Yeah, it's that because I'm 99% sure that it's not
Sometimes it doesn't.
automated.
Yeah, because it doesn't do
And
it instantly. Like if it
right,
was automated, it'd do it instantly, but it takes
right.
some time into like when they're playing for it to happen. And
Yeah.
it's I don't know, man. It's fucked. I don't know. Go
It's
touch some
dumb.
grass.
It's really, really dumb. Yeah, go touch grass. I agree. Go touch
Go
some
touch grass.
grass. Do something meaningful with your
Go get
life.
some water. Get an apple.
Yeah,
Go outside.
legit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, we're getting a little off topic here. Going back to the Call of Duty Next event and going back to all the stuff that's going to be revealed for Call of Duty
Yes.
2.0, we also have new information coming very soon about Warzone 2 and what's going to be happening with that. Now, in regards to Warzone 2, in regards to what's happening with this current iteration of Warzone, when
It's still getting
Warzone 2
updated,
comes
isn't
out,
it?
what's that?
Is it not still getting updated slightly? Is that not what they said in an article somewhere?
Well, what's going to be happening with it is that when Warzone 2 releases, they're going to rename current Warzone to Call of Duty Warzone Caldera.
Okay, yes. So,
And
okay, fair enough.
so they want people to, like, I guess, think of Caldera now when it comes to Warzone 1, which, I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people don't really like Caldera anymore.
I think maybe just put it back to Verdansk. If that's not gonna be your main focus anymore, just have all the maps in that game and have it like as its own little thing.
Yeah.
Kind of like how Warzone Mobile will be, because they announced that as well.
They did announce Warzone Mobile, and the Verdansk plane came over the
Yes.
clouds into view. So it's pretty clear. It's pretty clear that Verdansk is going to be a, well, maybe the only map in Warzone Mobile. Maybe, who knows? Maybe because it's a mobile experience, right? I can't imagine mobile handling multiple maps because it's a phone.
Well,
so I don't know.
To be fair, you'd be surprised, right? Like for phones
Maybe I will
nowadays,
be.
like they can do like quite a lot, but I think it's a shame, right, for all my Verdansk lovers, even though it's nostalgia based and it wasn't really that good, all things considered. It was better than Caldera, but it wasn't that great. It's a shame that
you got like you got the other like the giga, like you have the Giga Chad memes and like the the weak man memes or whatever it is, where it's like, you know, the Caldera enjoyer, and it's like there's like weak dude, and then you got like and then you got the people on the other side, the Giga Chad rebirth enjoyers.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, I personally think rebirth is better. I think Resurgence Battle Royale is the way to go for Call of Duty because it's such a fast-paced kind of experience.
It's called Zone Take on it, but I just love the fact that if you want to go back and play Verdansk, you're gonna have to do it on your mobile device.
Yeah, I get you.
So it's kind of like you know that can't remember what it was. They were releasing a game. Yeah, it was a Diablo game, I think it was the one that came out for mobile. And yeah,
Diablo.
And the guys were like,
dude, no, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Everyone was like, boo, and the guys are like, don't you guys have phones?
Yeah.
Do you guys have phones? And it's like, dude, it's not the point. It's not the point. It's the fact that it'd be better on a console for everyone, or like a PC platform, just because like it's better for the game itself, because you can't make as good of a product on phone compared to a PC. As of right now, at least. Don't get me wrong. There's been some great mobile games. Candy Crush, Clash of Clans, Pokemon Go. Really fun games, right? But as soon as you try to put a first-person shooter on mobile, come on. They all feel clunky. They all feel like restricted.
Like, here's my problem with it. I've never been a big mobile guy. I've only played a handful of mobile games, if even that, in my life. Like, I just don't like playing games on my phone. So I personally am not appealed by Warzone Mobile. Maybe if I can get an emulator and I can emulate it on PC, maybe I'll give it a try.
Yeah.
But
one thing I'll say is this is going to open up a new generation of content creators for COD. 100%.
Absolutely. Because of Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah.
Because mobile was such a big thing for content, and so many things were released there. I agree with you there. There's going to be open up some doors.
Yeah. I wish I liked mobile, but it's just too clunky for me, man. And like I can't. I enjoy the, I say polished, right? I enjoy the mainline Call of Duty games because they function okay. Well, maybe not Vanguard, but the rest of them seem to do okay in terms of like the way they feel in that. And I call mobile, you know, for what it is. If it was on a console, I'd definitely play it. And if it was a bit more like redefined, I would play it. But I mean, I'm not hating anyone who likes it. If you like it, fair enough. And there's so much free content in the game, and like maybe we're the idiots because we pay like $50 a year for our game that comes out, and then you get the map free the next year, pretty much. So, I mean, maybe we're the suckers.
Maybe. I mean, I don't know, man. We could we could make the argument that everyone was a sucker when Vanguard came out.
Oh yes,
Because we all expected a really functional game, and then things just didn't go as well as they would have liked it to.
it's not. It's not all our fault. It's not all our fault. I went back and watched the trailers. They made the game look a lot better than it was going to be.
Of course.
So,
I mean,
we just all
especially because like the
again.
marketing of it too with the campaign. This is a post World War II story, and then it's not. And then like the cutscenes. Here's the thing: the cutscenes and everything when they're on the jail cells being interrogated. Yeah, I mean, you could call that post World War II, but I mean, I don't know, man. Like, it's just not really though. The final mission is post World War II, and that's like it. I mean, the first mission I guess counts too, but the rest of it's flashbacks.
So
I don't know. It's just
I mean, they're probably setting up for the Vanguard universe, the Vanguard multiverse, and Vanguard 1, well, Vanguard 2 and 3, but
because remember, there are no iconic characters in Call of Duty, which I still can't believe that was a thing that was said. Can I just be honest with you, man? Like, I cannot believe that was said at an actual panel.
There's no iconic characters in Call of Duty. I mean, you've made like 4 of the games. You know what I mean? And I don't know. Did they not look at Frank Woods? Did they not look at Mason, Hudson's, any of the zombie characters?
No,
all the zombie characters are pretty much iconic, right? I think we can say all of them, if not most.
The main crew, the main zombies crew are iconic. Yeah, Mason, Woods, Reznov, Price, Ghost, Soap, Makarov, Zakayev. Can I go on?
I mean, okay, if none of the characters are iconic, why are you adding like Black Ops 2? Black Ops 3 and like those characters into your game.
That's funny. That's actually really funny.
There's no iconic characters.
That's actually really funny.
They make a whole season based on the most iconic characters. It's like, hello? But there's no iconic characters. Really funny. Who are these to Sledgehammer? Like, who are these people? Who's that guy? Who's that girl with the robot arm?
I don't know, man. Menendez? I don't know, man.
I know. That sounds
people like this character.
No. Rourke, nah, he hasn't been in any main titles before as the main bad guy. Surely not.
See, they made Rourke, and they're like, there ain't gonna be any Rourkes, and then because he's the only Rourke available, so
the only God.
But like the thing is, too, dude, it's like it's not necessarily the fact that. Because people are going to be like, oh, well, you don't want them making original characters. Absolutely not true. They need to make original characters to keep the story fresh. For example, might I add, Adler from Black Ops Cold War, instantly iconic in the Call of Duty universe because of his presence and his character and who he is. I mean, he's a completely new character that was in tandem with the original Black Ops cast, and he became that much more iconic because he's just a badass, and he's just Adler.
Yeah.
And I want new characters to be iconic. I want new characters to be memorable. So it's not that, oh, you still want. I want new characters to be added. But when you say that there are no iconic characters in Call of Duty, and then you go and you create a bunch of different characters that like a lot of people don't really resonate with, it's kind of a bad look. I mean, I hate to say that, but it's kind of a bad look. And I hope the writers learn from that mistake, to be honest with you. I mean,
the thing is, I don't know anyone from Call of Duty. I can't remember anyone. I don't think there's any iconic characters now.
Oh no.
I mean, okay, let me have a look. Okay. The bus driver from Transit.
Oh, of course, right.
The funny thing is, right? Ted's more iconic than anyone in Vanguard. You know what I mean? Like, name any like side character or whatever, and they're automatically more iconic than anyone in Vanguard.
I mean, you're not wrong. That's just how it is, man. I mean, with Black Ops Cold War, and we've talked about this before, so I'm not gonna stay on this for too long. But Black Ops Cold War and the cutscenes to introduce the new characters, there's actually substance there, and you get their backstory and what they're good at and what they're able to do, and you get to learn more about Kitsune and Naga and Stitch and all these characters. And then you get over to Vanguard, and they're just generic soldiers with generic I'm gonna go shoot people. Ah, yes, and then whatever with the painfully
Yeah.
generic backstories if you read them in the bio, but um. And then some people are like, "Holy fuck, who are these people?" um, so I mean, I don't know, man. It just and then we also had, by the way, because we missed the last week. By the way, for those of you who love the Umbrella Academy, the show on Netflix, we have the Umbrella Academy crossover in Vanguard with what was it, Cha Cha and Hazel, are the name of the characters are now in
Yeah.
Vanguard as skins for a couple of the operators in the game.
Mm.
Um, hmm. I mean, hey, you know what?
I
They
mean, you
got to
want to
try
know
to make
something?
Vanguard exciting
Yeah.
somehow with these crossovers. So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm very neutral about it. I'm
It-
very just like whatever, I guess.
I
But
mean, here's the thing, right? What happened to the creativity? What happened to the World War II system? What happened to listen? You had World War II to base your game off, and you didn't take inspiration from that because the end of the game's life cycle was so good. I think the main thing with Vanguard, like I talking about the cosmetics and that, sometimes there's like they're silly in that, and like I don't know, I don't watch the Umbrella Academy, so I'm not gonna be the ideal clientele to buy
right,
this.
me
But
neither.
like, I think the main thing that takes me apart from the more recent COD games is the fact I can't earn anything. I have to buy it all. And like, I know the base weapons are in the game for free, which is obviously a positive.
Right.
But they need some sort of like system back where you can buy stuff like
Hmm.
by
It's
grinding the game,
it's
like
almost
worth.
like Black Ops 4 had that at the end of its life cycle.
Hmm. Oh well, that game's not playable now,
Eh,
so.
God
So,
damn
because
it.
they took away the committed
Uh,
the dedicated servers, so that game is almost not playable anymore. So, I don't know if
rip.
you knew that. Did you see that?
I didn't see that actually. That's
No,
kind of a
so
rip.
zombies you can play still because it's like solo and that. But for multiplayer, if you're wanting to play multiplayer, you're probably not
Mm,
because they took away the dedicated servers for
mm,
console and PC.
damn.
So I'm guessing not enough people are playing it, I guess.
Or they
But
got to make server room for all their crazy ass games coming up, man. Warzone 2,
uh,
Warzone Mobile, Modern Warfare 2. Like
like
they
Black
got
Ops
a
4,
lot of
get the
server
hell out
space
of
to clear
here.
up, Like shoot.
God damn
Um,
it. But
but
like,
I don't
no.
know.
Rip,
Crazy
rest in
stuff.
peace, Black Ops 4 multiplayer. You were fun. You were overhated. And honestly, I think you're better than
Yeah,
Black Ops 3 multiplayer. So that's just my take on it.
there we go.
There we go.
I
There we
mean, hey
go.
man, Call of Duty 2.0 looks like it could be a good thing for the franchise. I mean, Warzone 2 sounds like it could be maybe interesting. See what they can improve upon with Warzone 1 and all that.
The thing,
Um,
the thing is, you just know it's either going to be really, really good or just complete
or
and
really
utter
bad.
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, one or the
true.
other. So,
Very true. And then with Modern Warfare 2 has a lot of promise. Has a lot of promise actually, but we have to get into the game and play it for ourselves and see what's happening. And I think a lot of people, if you take a look at my videos about Modern Warfare 2, and I'm getting excited about the game. I'm looking forward to it. Oh wow, that looks cool. Oh yeah, that looks nice. It looks nice. It
yeah,
looks cool, but will it play good? That's the main thing. I think the main discrepancy that has to be made here. You can market the living hell out of a game and make it look like it's the best experience in the world, and then it could just completely flop and it's just not a good game. That's very
yeah,
possible. That's very, very possible. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Warzone Mobile. I don't know if I'm gonna play it, to be honest, because like I said, I'm not a mobile guy. But if
I'll
I can
watch
get an
gameplay.
emulator, maybe we'll see.
I I'll definitely see what it looks like when it comes out, but I probably wouldn't be a
A
full
huge. You're
time.
not gonna shift
Yeah.
your whole channel to Warzone Mobile.
I might just do that. It's because I'm so good at normal games anyway with a mouse and keyboard. I think I'd
Oh,
even be
oh,
better.
oh, wow.
I think the keyboard and mouse is actually, it makes me worse at the game because I can't just use my bare hands. The mouse and keyboard isn't fast enough for my reaction time. So by having my hands, I think I'd be the best mobile Warzone player in the world.
Just hook up your mouse and keyboard to the phone.
I mean, here's the thing, right? Have you seen like gameplay people playing on mobile and like their hands are like,
Yeah, but
and
like,
their hands are like this, like
yeah, they got like the
I was like,
crazy ass hand
yeah, the hand like,
configurations.
and they're so
Yeah,
smooth with it. Like I could never. Like I'm that's way like nah. I'm okay
bro.
with mouse and keyboard. I'm planning on getting a second mouse and keyboard for my PS5 because
Oh.
I hate switching back and forth the controller and keyboard and mouse. I just want
Mm.
to play with one thing so I can have consistent aim because I'm
And
so
then you
bad
can
at aiming.
become a super keyboard and mouse sweat on
Ah,
Call of Duty.
oh, you only have one keyboard and mouse? I have two. That
Oh.
means I'm better than you.
Oh. Now it's
So,
time for you to go bunny hopping and slide canceling and YYing all over the map and
yes.
just absolute just jittery movement. Like, bro,
Absolutely,
I
man.
gotta say, like, what does that help? Like,
Well,
what does it realistically do for you? I get all these people, like, oh, it gets my hands warmed up and oh, I'm just fast on the controller and it gets me all ready to go. And it's like, bro, it just looks like, well, you're trying too hard, like being a try hard, right? I don't know. To me, it's just kind of cringe where you just see all these people like all over the place on the map, and
yeah.
you're like, bro, like, are you okay? Like, do I need to call an ambulance? Like, are you okay on the map? Like, damn, bro, is having an exorcist or having an exorcism right there in the middle of the map with all these crazy ass movements. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know what it helps. Like, it's just weird. It's just weird to me. Like, people.
People.
People, just people. People are weird. People are crazy. Um, yeah, anyways, man. I mean, hey, I think we talked about some very good things on the podcast today. I think we
Yes.
talked about Deviation Games, talked about Jason Blundell's departure, we talked about COD 2.0. And before we end the podcast off today, we would be remiss if we didn't talk about something zombies related because we're a zombies podcast.
That's
Well,
true.
at least that's how we started. Um,
Yeah.
at least that's how we started. But Zombies Onslaught got a new update for Black Ops Cold War. Onslaught Elite was re-added to the game. And, Cold War Year 2 update. We love it. We love those kinds of updates. And now everybody can play it. Not just the PlayStation guys, but the PC and Xbox guys have played it for the first time. And, Onslaught Elite's pretty easy, actually. And the concept is, if you don't
Yeah.
know, every single round an elite enemy spawns in. So pretty basic there. But it's easy because all you have to do is kill the elite enemy and you're done.
That'd be great for camo
So,
grinding.
oh yeah, dude. Literally just 15 rounds and you're done with the elite camos. Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
So
absolutely.
that's good.
Yeah.
If you ever want the speed run getting camos, there's never been a better time to do it.
There you go.
I wish
Yeah.
this game mode was out when the game was at at launch. That would have been cool.
For sure, dude. I think what they need to do now is they need to put all the Onslaught LTMs and all the special kind of party modes and put them all into a mosh pit playlist for zombies, just like how they have
Yeah.
Sticks and Stones and Prop Hunt and Gun Game and all that in
Yeah.
multiplayer as a mosh pit. They need to put this as a mosh pit now for all the Onslaught LTMs, Mystery Munitions, Diminishing Light, Elite, Accelerated, all of those. Put those into their own category, and then, just like the party system, hey, would you like to play Prop Hunt or would you like to play One in the Chamber? It could be literally the same thing. Hey, would you like to play Elite or would you like to play Diminishing Light?
Yeah.
Seems simple to me. I mean, they kept Outbreak Survival in the game. Outbreak Survival has been there since it released, so might as well do that now since everybody on every console and every platform has access to it. So why not?
Yeah. Nope. So true.
So there you go. Onslaught, the game mode that basically got a complete overhaul and saved itself and became a legitimate game mode in Black Ops Cold War Zombies. Still getting some updates for Cold War Year 2, which is really interesting to think about that they're still kind of going with it. And I don't think they're going to be going with it for much longer. I think they maybe have one or
No.
two more bundles left in the store if they haven't already released yet. And then Cold War Year 2 is done, man, which is crazy to think about. I mean, it was
That went by
fun.
so fast.
It was fun, Black Ops Cold War. I'm going to miss all the updates. I'm going to miss everything being added to the game and re-added and, all that kind of stuff. Man, Black Ops Cold War was such an awesome game to cover.
Yeah. Man, I don't know. I think it's that like this portion, year 2. I think year 2 went faster than year 1. I
Oh, for
don't know if it's just
sure.
I don't know if it's just because we didn't get anything for the game, or if it was just because Vanguard was so like meh.
Probably a little bit of
But
both.
yeah. But no, Cold War, a solid game, definitely in my top 3. And I think it religiously swaps places between Black Ops 3 and Cold War for me as my favorite zombie game.
I can understand that.
But like, yeah, Cold War is a great game, and D Machine is a fantastic map. D Machine is a fun. I love D Machine.
Yeah, man, it's
I
fun.
think, yeah, great map.
It's great, man. Black Ops Cold War. Thank you for the memories, Kevin Drew, Corky Lemcole, all those people, Mark Maestas, everyone on the team at Treyarch. Thank you for the wonderful memories for Black Ops Cold War. We're excited to see what you guys are doing in 2024. We're excited to see the sequel. We're excited to see all of our characters come back. Peck and Weaver and Gray and Maxis and Richtofen back in the fray as Eddie. It's going to be exciting. Going to be exciting what's going to be happening in the sequel to Black Ops Cold War. But, ladies and gentlemen, that about wraps things up here for this episode of the Division C podcast. What was your favorite part? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. We talked about some very important things today. My friend, any closing thoughts before we wrap it up?
Just Modern Warfare 2. Let's go.
Modern Warfare 2, let's go. COD 2.0 on the horizon. I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen. And it's going to be a busy week. It's going to be a busy week for Call of Duty, I anticipate. So,
yes.
Anyways, guys, with that said, thank you all so much for watching. If you did enjoy and you haven't already, check out all the links down below in the description so you stay up to date with everything that we do here at Division Z and with our personal channels. And with that said, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, depending on where you are in this crazy world. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Bye, everyone.